Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the last session, we were trying to display the cost component split. It was not showing actually. So the reason was like we were CKM3, right? Okay, here BAC FG1 or SFG1. And you can display cost component split from here, production, and you can, okay, it was showing like this. Actually, this is a, okay, if you look into the cost component split, CKMCD, okay, CKM CCD. Here, if you look at, okay, and BAC SFG1, and here take the quantity, actually 1. Okay, select user entry and 1. So 1 means, so it is quantity 1. So like generally it shows the production order quantity. If you take user entry 1 here, it's showing cost component split is there in fact. But here for some reasons actually when we run the actual costing, okay, so the actual cost component split was not there. Later we created that. That is the reason it may not be added in the if you look into the ML COPA. So what was our costing run? BAC1, right? And here if you look at costing results,
Here is a problem. Year 2016 supposed to be.
yeah, if you look at here, so you see the, okay, BAC SFG1, and you, okay, it will take you to the same screen. Okay. Okay, it is showing the same thing because at the time of doing costing run, actual cost component split was not active. That is the reason it's not showing it properly. Okay, but I tried it other company codes, it was working properly. Okay, don't worry about it. And so releasing planned price is not necessary here. Okay, as I told, it is only optional. Okay, now at this point of time, so I can explain you how we use prices. Okay, for example, let me here. Okay, we have period 1 and we have period 12. And actually in the during period 1, okay, so we create standard cost estimate. Okay, using what? Using product cost plan. So in the product cost planning component, we create standard cost estimate, and so we use that and we delete it. Okay, and during all the periods, so we are going to use the same standard cost estimate for the whole year. Okay, standard cost estimate for whole year. That means every month I may not release the prices. Okay, and during somewhere any of the period. Okay, so for example period X or period 7, let us say, whatever. So here you can create new standard cost estimate if required. Okay, no, it's not necessary. New standard cost estimate and you release it. Okay, so where again in product cost planning only. Okay, so this is called modified standard cost estimate. Okay, and that's it. If you use actual costing, so every month, okay, you calculate actual costing. Okay, we call it as periodic unit price, UP. Okay, periodic unit price is called actual price. Okay, so we calculate this using actual costing material ledger component. But we don't release it. Okay, so here we create standard cost estimate and we release. Releasing means with marking and releasing, both things we have. And here also, so we do release. So if you release any standard cost estimate in the middle of the year, it is called modified standard cost estimate. So hereafter, for all the succeeding months, this will be the standard cost estimate for the material. Okay, so periodic unit price is calculated every month. Okay. Okay, in all months. Here also. In all months, it's going to be calculated and price may not be released. Okay, but the variance is, so revaluation will happen. Okay, revaluation with V. So it is a monthly activity. Okay, so this is the cyclic procedure. So every month PUP is calculated, and at the end of when you close the, so after closing the period, you do actual costing run. So that is CKMLCP, and you calculate the PUP, and that PUP is used to evaluate what the material in the closed period. Any transactions that happened in the closed period will be revaluated with PUP, and the difference is settled to price difference account or inventory accounts. Okay, so that's why here we are not releasing the planned price. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Srinivas, in this case, PUP, periodic unit price, no? We need to calculate after closing the MM periods, right?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay.
At the
And
end
it
of
will not
the
update any, yeah, it will not update any metal master, right? It is only updating
why not? It will update.
its
Yeah,
price,
see,
huh?
yeah, material mass means not the standard price will not be updated. That's what I am trying to say. Yeah, okay. If I say material not updated means there are different fields in the material master. So which one are you
Yeah.
talking about? That is important.
Okay.
Okay, BSc, SFG. Okay, so here you look at it, standard price is not changing. Periodic price is calculated, but it is used, okay, if you look into the closed period, okay, and the current period. Okay, when you release it, so the periodic unit price will become the standard price. That is only if you perform this step, releasing. Okay, so it is, don't think releasing planned price means it is not planned price. Planned price means coming from planned cost estimate. Okay, it is something like planned releasing of prices, not planned prices. Other option is dynamic release is also there. Yeah, give me one second. Okay, so that is the, okay. So if you release periodic unit price, if you do releasing after doing actual costing, so this periodic unit price will become the standard price, and in the next period the standard price is used. Okay, that is the cycle. But here, so we are not going to release, and we are going to use the, so generally, so standard cost estimates are created in the beginning of the fiscal year, and if you required, you can modify it in the beginning, in the middle of the year. That's going to be used as the for the whole year. And periodic unit price is calculated in the actual costing material ledger component, and it is used at month end. After closing the period, it is used to reevaluate the stock or something like that. And if you look into the existing stock here, okay, you take other material, SFG1, where FG1, where we have stock. Okay, so here you look into the, what is the stock? Okay, total stock is 270. Okay, and if you look into the closed period, this is current period, and if you look into the closed period, price control is set to B. Okay, this is one important thing we missed yesterday actually. If you look into the book, somewhere it is specified. Yeah, in MM02, if you look into it, in the closed period, price control is set to B, and stock is valuated with PU. And the new period, so price control remains to be standard, and stock is valuated with standard price. Yesterday, one question arose actually. One of you asked, like, why two accounting documents? Yeah, for that I was mistaken actually. If you look into them, two accounts documents are generated. One for the closed period and one for the new period. Okay, if you look into that, so this is related with that. So if in the CKM3, right? Okay, here BACFG1, okay, BAC1. Here, okay, what is the period? Okay, say closed period. So closing documents. Okay, accounting documents. Two documents are there. Okay, click on the first one. Look into the posting date of the first document. Okay, this is closing document for the closed period. And look into the second document. That posting date will be the first day of the new period. That means whatever revaluation or stock revaluation happened in the previous period, so the stock is again revaluated in the new period with the standard price again. So any variance that is posted in the previous month, any difference from revaluation, that will be reversed impact in the current month. That is the reason. So two accounting documents are generated. Okay. So here what happens here, if you look into the material ledger, so this is ending, okay, 270 is the closing in this month, 7th period. Okay, in 8th period, so 270 will be the opening quantity, opening inventory. Okay. So here in the, okay, in the opening here under beginning, so whatever is in the previous, okay, it is something like, it's a reversing effect of what is done in the previous period. Any existing stock, closing of stock of the previous period, okay, in the closed period, previous stock will be valuated with the new PUP, okay, and again in the current period, it is valuated with the standard price of the year. So that is the reason two documents are generated. Okay, if you look into here, in the closed period, price control is V, and in the new period, the price control is S. Okay, so if you look at here, so price control is V, and this moving average price is used. So somewhere we discussed actually, in fact, the advantage of material ledger is a combination of both moving average price and standard price. If without moving average, it is something like this. Like you can recall that. For example, you have, okay, with material ledger and without material ledger. Okay, with material ledger, so you have two options. Okay, price control V, okay, or yes. Okay, so without material ledger, we have V or yes. Okay, so here recommended, it is recommended yes, okay, for both raw materials and FG or semi-finished goods or whatever, etc. SFG, FG, etc. Okay, S recommended with S with price determination 3. 3 for all kinds of materials. Okay, so here, so V is recommended for raw material and S is recommended for FG or SFG. Okay, so any external procured material, generally we use V, moving average price. Any internally manufactured in-house production, so we use SE without material ledger. But with material ledger, so recommended S with price determination 3 or for both. The reason is here, why we use V for raw material. So V price, V has its own advantage here. Moving average price has its own advantages here, and standard price has its own advantages. If you use material ledger, it is a combination of both. Okay, so I can say advantages of both moving average and standard price. So how? It is something like this. The reason here, the major difference here is, if you use standard price, standard means it is constant, so you can easily monitor. So you can set some benchmark price and you can see the variance, so how prices are changing. If you use moving average, so there is no fixed, there is no benchmark, so you cannot monitor it. But the advantage is, like, if you use standard, it may not reflect the actual cost. So raw materials means you will be procuring at different costs. Today you will consume, you will purchase raw material at one price, tomorrow at a different price. So you can have the average of these prices. That is moving average price. Okay. So it is like, if you do not use material ledger, so generally V is suggested, moving average is suggested for raw materials. For in-house production, so S is suggested, S is recommended. But in case of material ledger, if you use material ledger, so it is recommended to use price determination 3 along with S, that is standard price. So in the closed period, you use moving average price. In the current period, so you use standard price. So it is a combination. So at the end, you can have, your prices will reflect the actual price or the very realistic price, just like moving average price. At the same time, you can have a standard price, so which can be used as a benchmark. So you can monitor the prices. So that is the reason. So here, so in the closed period, price control is set to V, and the periodic unit price is used to evaluate the inventory. If you look into the total stock, and if you, okay, for example here, into 48,762.39. Okay, so you are getting something wrong with one of my fractions, decimals. That's why it's showing small difference here. Okay, so this into periodic unit price into this one. That means in the closed period, if you look into the okay, this one, BSEFG1. So in the closed period, so here, okay, got disconnected. Okay, in the closed period, so all the price differences and everything. So finally it uses a kind of moving average price. Okay, if you look at this is the closed period. Okay, let us take FG1 very easily. Okay, so if you have different prices here, so opening price and the cost that is calculated in the production and any production order settlements, all of them are going to be reflected here. And okay, so this, okay, for example, this is the standard price, for example, and this will be the production order settlement. Goods receipt is done at standard price, and consumption, so that is delivery to the customer, is done at standard price. Okay, and okay, if you look all of them, so it's a goods issue or goods receipt, so it is done at standard price. So what is the standard price? This is the standard price. So this is goods issue. Goods issue is valuated at standard price. And okay, this one. Okay, and at month end, during settlements or revaluation, the difference is posted. So finally, so during the month, so standard price is used. At month end, so the differences are posted, and moving final price will be the moving average price. So that is the advantage here. If you in the closed price, in the open, newly open period, so again the new period opening will be the same period will be there. Okay, so that is the advantage here in the material ledger. It's a combination of both moving average price and standard price. That is okay. So this is also, you have to make a note of this. And
Hello.
yeah, hello.
Yeah, Srinivas is previous period yes and current period B, something like that you said, right? It is automatically happens.
Yeah, that's what. If you close the period, yeah, in this in the okay, in the post-closing process that happens actually. Okay, so you are BSc, right?
Oh.
So in this post-closing process, 2 accounting documents are generated. So that means, so any whatever like different transactions like production receipt or goods issues or anything, consumptions, earlier they are valuated with some standard price. So after calculating the actual price, so revaluation will happen. So if it is issues, is consumption, so it is revaluated and the difference is posted. If it is goods receipt, so during production receipt, the difference is posted. Finally, it reflects the actual cost. Okay, so that is the advantage here. So releasing plant price is not necessary here, as we are going with this kind of business scenario. Okay, this is only used like if you want to use the current actual price as the standard price for the next month, you can do releasing. Okay. So next topic is COPA valuation. So we do this COPA valuation after doing actual costing. The reason is, so if you look into the okay, CK ML CP. Okay, it's a FG1, right? Okay.
So one
So
more
with that,
step you haven't processed.
pardon?
One more step you didn't process, right?
No,
No.
it's only a processing. It's a report actually. Display material document.
Oh.
Okay, it's a report. It's not a step.
No, no, no. In the screen, CKM LCP.
Yeah, that's what that is. That is not required, in fact. Marking and
Oh,
releasing.
okay.
Okay, marking and releasing only if we require, if you want to use the PUP as the standard price of the next period, you do marking and releasing.
Oh.
Okay, so releasing means marking is involved. I say releasing means it is marking as well as releasing.
Sir,
Here also not.
one more thing I notice, the WIP also will come because since we are not doing WIP is not showing in that screen or WIP step.
No, WIP we haven't configured that. We are going to discuss that in the next topic.
I mean that
Work in
in a
process.
costing run,
Product.
actual costing run, I saw somewhere the screen WIP was appearing in along with that steps in one of the steps.
Yeah. So here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We need to do some activation. Then it will appear.
Oh.
Work in process calculation, something like that.
Yeah.
No.
Before that
Okay.
revaluation,
These steps.
before revaluation.
Yeah. Somewhere we need to. Yeah, we need to do some program to activate it.
Okay.
Okay. And okay, what next? So next is so here if you look into the CKM3. Okay, so here these are goods delivered to the customer. Initially they are valued at some standard price. Okay, later, so this is price difference is posted here. But when we generate a sales order, this cost is transferred to COPA. Okay, what's your operating concern? BAC 1. Okay. Okay, currency type 10. Execute. Okay, so here okay, what is the one? Probably 100 is a quantity, right? Okay. Do you see quantity 100 here? Yeah, this one. Okay, if you look at here, okay, you look at these two screens. Okay, see, this is reflecting here in this. Got it? Okay, 4914350. So at the time of billing, so this price is transferred as a COGS, cost of goods sold, into COPA. But a revaluation happened and the price difference is posted. Okay, so this is not the exact price. This is not the realistic price, realistic cost of goods sold. So I must send this one to COPA as well. Okay, so that is going to be done in this topic. what happened? Disconnected or what? Profitability analysis, master data, valuation, valuation strategy. Okay, define and assign valuation strategy. So it may ask for the operating concern. Okay, select operation valuation strategy 002. Double click on details folder and new entries, sequence 1 and material costing, quantity field VV IQT. Okay, double click on assignment. Okay, new entries. So earlier these are for online valuation, so for record type A. Okay, now new entries. So point of valuation. So periodic means, so you have to perform for certain functionality at month end. Online means it happens automatically. So 02 and record type F and valuation strategy 002. Okay, save. Okay, define access to actual costing material ledger. Okay, so here define. So earlier we used this one, standard cost estimate. Now actual cost estimates. Click on this and so make a note of various settings for costings key ACT. So we are going to use this costing key ACT and so you can select like error message or whatever. So and make sure these things are there. So if you want to transfer only the total cost or cost component split, so select both of them. Okay, and double click on value field allocation. Okay, new entries, operating concern, PAC1 and so VV 140. So VV 140 is cost of goods sold. Save. Next, assign costing keys to products. So you can assign it to products or product group, materials or any characteristics or anything. Okay, new entries 02 F and material BAC FG1 and valid to enter some future date and ACT. Save. Next, assign value fields. So if you send cost component split, actual cost component to split to COPA, so you need to do mapping to value fields. And here, okay, same path. Okay, here assign value fields. Okay, earlier we have one second. Yeah, here we have, it's a different thing, assign value fields. Okay, operating concern BAP1, cost component structure. So enter your cost component structure what is your cost component structure? Okay, GAC 3. Your company code, sorry, BAC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, B1. No. Okay, B3. B1 is used by BAD. Okay, B3 here. Enter. Okay, new int. Okay, let me copy these things and point of valuation change to 2. Okay, raw materials VV 150, VV 400, KW, VV 250. Okay, same. Similar to, so this first point of valuation 01 is for standard cost estimate, and these are for actual cost estimates. Save. So the end user, so we perform periodic activity, KE 27. Okay, enter the period that is closed and record type F billing data. Okay, all valuation. Okay, let's take legal valuation here. Options, select all value fields modifiable, periodic valuation, test and checkbox, selection criteria button. Okay, so enter the period 2016. Okay, here enter company code, enter your company code here, that is BAC. Okay, so all characteristics, all other characteristics where characteristic value should be star except company code, and value fields button. Okay, deselect all button and select, so these things like cost of goods sold and production cost and material overhead, other overhead, okay, material input, etc. and others deselect. 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3, 4, 5 is been selected. Okay, save button. Okay, this is save. So to save the variant. Okay. BSC1 test mode. Save. Okay, execute. So it's going to show number of documents, etc. So display button here. So number of line items for which delta has been determined. Okay, so here it shows for 2 currencies. Okay, here display button and result of valuation. Now here if you look at here, so cost of goods sold, so this is the difference amount. If you look into the CKM3, okay, this 38 some, no, 38.11 something. Okay, okay, maybe this is a different item or what. Let us check. Okay, PUP should be value after valuation column. Okay, see, this is after valuation. Okay, and okay, after valuation means it should have, if you look into the, yeah, see, now it is reflecting this price, including this one, 48,762.39. Okay, and now it's correct, and the difference is split into different components here. And here back button, you can also display this. So here one more record is going to be created like this. Okay, a new item is generated. Here if you look, this is nothing but K24 view. So select layout. Okay, now you can find this and you can compare it with the, so this is initial posting, initial record, initially it is transferred to COPA like this, and this is created as a new record in COPA like this. So now it will reflect for the same sales order. So some cost of goods sold is transferred as variance as a new record. So it is these two things are related using the reference document number. Okay. So here and okay, back button. Now it's working fine. And what is the second one? Okay, maybe this is okay. Let us check. Is there any product or material, something like that? And you can even use this. Product is there here, right? Yeah, BAC FG1, and this is okay. We created one more. It's a second invoice, second sales order. Okay, so both of them. So the difference is transferred to COPA. Okay, so you go back and deselect test run. Okay, you can use variance here. Get variant. So deselect test run, selection, and value fields, execute. Now if you go and check in the K24 report, okay, so this one, okay, you can, okay, you can sort like this, material, BACF G1, okay, here, okay, this is the initial one, and this is the, and you see the something like a point of valuation. Okay, this says that it is periodic valuation. So these two items, so this is initial and this is transferred as a separate item after doing, when we do periodic valuation. This is the initial transfer, this is transferred. Okay, you can, okay, you in fact you can sort by sales order, you can easily relate. Okay, so this one and this one, and this one and this one. Okay, sales order. Okay, so 13829. Okay, this one. Okay, so this is a periodic COPA periodic valuation. So you need to do this step, this topic to be, to be practiced after actual costing. So if you have done successfully actual costing, and if you do post closing in the actual costing, so if you have successfully run up to this post closing process, then you can go for periodic value, COPA periodic valuation in the next topic. Okay.
That is month-end activity, sir. Every COPA
Of
pay.
course, it's a month-end activity. It's a month-end activity.
Srinivas,
Yeah.
I have one, actually, suppose this evaluation can be done for standard cost also, like for example, let's say for example, I have released my standard cost estimate. Okay, I did the delivery where the VPRS picked up based on the current price, standard price, and after 1 week I change the price, okay, due to some XYZ reasons, and
Which price?
suppose that different standard price.
No, standard price you can't change always.
No,
Generally,
it's not
you
always.
change it only
That's
in the
fine.
beginning of the period.
Correct, that is fine. But
Okay.
thing is, due to some reasons, maybe, it's not intentionally, but some mistake happened. So can we post that we have this valuation to COPA, the difference amount?
I didn't get you. Okay, it's something like this. Okay, it may be. Okay, when you do billing, okay, you do created a sales order. When you do billing, as a standard price is transferred to COPA as a COGS. Later you changed the standard price.
Yes.
Okay. So after changing the standard price, so whether it has to reflect in this one, that's what you mean to say.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same this valuation can be used, I think, so, right?
Yeah. Yes. That it is something like this. The reason is system will check the current price, current standard price, and when it is transferred to COPA. So what was the standard price when it was transferred to COPA, and what is the current standard price, and the difference will be transferred to COPA as a separate item. That's what.
Okay. This functionality can be used in that case. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll stop here today, and tomorrow
Sir.
we'll continue with next session, next topic. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, costing run, I still am not able to resolve, sir, because you asked me to reverse the delivery, right? Because I already closed the period. How can I reverse the delivery?
Yeah, these are all very complicated issues. If you have material ledger, so doing reversal or posting any material related transactions is very complicated process. Okay. It is something like
Sir,
one of
just
the
can
other
you see once
report.
BAD1, my one is actually I have, because I have posted in other period, but I post another purchase sales order and perform the delivery in the current period.
Okay.
Just BAD1, just give the costing run BAD1.
Okay, got disconnected. Okay, we'll check it tomorrow.
Since last 2 days
I got tired. Or else you do one thing. You call me in the morning at. You do one thing. You call me in the morning. Or else, if you have any doubts, you better we can connect before the session. At like at 8:30 we have session, right?
Yeah.
So we can connect at 8:15 or something like that. I can clarify your doubts.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See
Because
you
otherwise I cannot do other topics.
No, the problem is I got it's very odd time for me. So maybe yours batch is last batch in the evening.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.